Yes. And that is called romanticizing men. And it is so damn easy to romanticize men because you know what women love deep down? Attention. So when he is giving you consistent attention, calling you, texting you, you start to see it for more than what it is because you are valuing the attention that he's giving you. You think that you're special because he's giving you this much attention without having any consideration for the fact that it's so easy to give you attention that it's just as easy to give 5 other girls the same amount of attention, right?
You only value his attention because you find him attractive and he has other options with women. Guys, these girls, they don't care about all of the men in their comment section telling her that she's beautiful, liking all of her photos. She'll take the free validation, sure, but nothing hits quite as hard as that one man who she's attracted to, who she can't quite get to commit to her.
I'm going to give you an example of what this is actually, it's not really related to this. It's a little bit different, but it's just to show you how much women value attention. So a little bit different, but whatever. You can end up liking a guy that you are so not into at all. No, he ticks none of my boxes. He's not my type, whatever. Just because he's persistent and consistently gives you attention.
That is a huge lie, guys. You see, the one thing that she's leaving out here, which she'll go on to briefly mention in a moment, is the only reason that she comes around and gets attracted to that man is that the attention gets cut off. You see what I'm saying? Girls will say that they love the consistent attention. They just want a man who's going to treat them like a princess. But we all know what happens when you do that, guys. Right? Men will be out here working 9-to-5 jobs, providing for these women. Where's the gratitude? No, he's boring, right? He's a boring guy. He's an office worker. He's a plumber, right? I want the 6-foot guy who brings in 6 figures working some entrepreneurial job.
You know when like you end up saying, this guy wanted me first and now he's with somebody else. Now he likes somebody else. Like, what the fuck? Like, you almost act like he owes you something because he wanted you so bad. And like
and there it is, guys. See, it's not because the man was originally giving her attention. It's because that attention was then shifted onto another woman that wasn't her. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, okay, a lot of you guys, right, there are a lot of men out here who will be friends with women for long periods of time to try and, get them to be their girlfriend or something like that, right? She'll always put you in the friend zone or something like that, right? But as soon as you remove that attention, guys, all of a sudden, right, they're interested in you now. Right? Because she's right, guys. It's all about the attention, but rather it's also about the lack of attention that you give them.
Wasn't your type and you ended up going for him. But truthfully, you ended up going for him just because he kept giving you attention, and attention's going to make you crack eventually.
No. You see, you quote unquote cracked because he withdrew the attention from you. And guys, please do not fall for this crap, okay? A lot of girls will say, this is the excuse that women give when they cheat, by the way. I'm going to play that one more time.
You ended up going for him. But truthfully, you ended up going for him just because he kept giving you attention, and attention's going to make you crack eventually.
What an absolute cop-out, guys. That is the excuse that married women give to their husbands when they cheat on their husbands. Oh, he gave me attention. He made me feel special. Get out of here, man. It had nothing to... It had to do with the fact that you found the man highly attractive, but we'll never say that. Right, we'll dance around it and we'll pretend like girls are innocent creatures, guys, and they only want a man who is going to demonstrate consistency. Because I see the exact opposite, gentlemen. They can say one thing, but the problem is that their dating history reflects something else entirely.
So you like this guy who you didn't even like from the jump. You said, no. But because he kept giving you attention, because he was consistent and persistent, now you're like, all right, I guess I like him. And then you're all like confused when he doesn't like you anymore, right? Again, that's not related to this, but
No, you see, the confusion is why you're attracted to the man at all, right? Guys, society and women will try and sell men the idea that women are just after a state of neutral happiness, right? But the problem is what really attracts them, guys, is that feeling of anxiety, right? Not knowing if she's going to get that message from him, not knowing if she's going to get that attention or not, right? All of this talk of love bombing, by the way, oh, he love bombed me, he gave me so much attention, right? The only reason that works is, one, because the attention is, withdrew after the fact, and two, because she finds the man highly attractive from the beginning anyway. All of the men in her comments, guys, telling her that she's beautiful and crap like that, none of that matters, right? It does in the sense that she'll take the validation and she'll run with it, but she's not going to get with any of those guys, right?
The point is, it's just like, that's how much women value attention, that you could just end up liking someone that you did not even want to like in the first place. So now forget it. When it comes down to a guy that you already do like, and he's giving you this attention, calling you, texting you, and you're settling for the bare minimum because you're excited, because you just think that what he's giving you means something. But it's not special. Like, and I'm not saying to you that you're not special. I'm more or less, I'm talking to my damn self, because I've been through this so many times in the past. But like, you're not special just because he's giving you attention. Let him do more. Let him do extra. Let him make high effort. Like, the bare minimum, no, you can't get excited over that shit anymore. It's not gonna work.
And guys, I'm going to show you the original piece of text that she was responding to. So check this out. This is what she was originally responding to. A girl commented on her video and said, "I feel like sometimes us women get so attached when a guy does the bare minimum, and we get excited and make him out to be way better than he is in person." And guys, this is the thing, right? This is the cognitive dissonance, right? She interpreted this, like, isn't it so crazy how she took this and ran with this narrative? But it's all right here, okay? Women get so attached when a guy does the bare minimum, right? And she just spun it into the fact that, oh, all we really want is a bit of attention and consistency. Really? Guys, this woman has been on a previous episode, I don't remember exactly where, but she was quoted to be saying, you know, she's only dating for the purposes of finding a husband, guys. Right? But yet, in this video, she says that she has been through this situation many times over. Really interesting how that works. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we are going to be going through some of this woman's TikToks. And let me tell you guys, these demonstrate exactly why men are so done with dating right now. But guys, before we jump into it, as always, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. Okay, guys, the link is in the description. Totally free to go and join, guys, just in case Susan decides to yeet us off YouTube. Make sure that you go and join there so I can at least notify you guys if we ever get removed, because I don't know if this channel will be around forever. And one other thing that I wanted to mention, guys, is I am also looking for editors. So if you are interested in becoming an editor for the channel, there will be a link to a Google form in the description. So make sure you check that out if you're interested. But let's switch back over, and my character is going to struggle to load in here as we move on momentarily. And guys, don't say that I didn't warn you, okay? Because this gets a little bit rough and the character's a little bit broken here, but it should fix itself momentarily.
I have a question. Why are more people not obsessed with themselves? Like, why is it such a shameful thing to be obsessed with yourself and put yourself first? And I don't mean it in like a narcissistic way that you're a bad person. I mean in a way that you just like don't take shit from anybody. You know you're amazing. You know that you're stunning. You know your worth. You know when you're too good for shit. Like, I want my person to be obsessed with me.
You gotta love, guys, how the default is that everybody that she is speaking to, so her female audience and by extension herself, you're all amazing, you're queens, you're fantastic by default, okay? And she says that, you know, you've got to be obsessed with yourself, but not in a narcissistic way. Guys, it is news to me that you can be obsessed with yourself in a non-narcissistic way. Right? Like, these two things are whatever, man. Let's continue.
And you know, the whole saying is like, the way you love yourself is the way you teach others to love you. You show other people how to love you based on how you show them that you love yourself. How is anyone going to be obsessed with you if you're not obsessed with yourself?
Guys, she says that she wants a man to be obsessed with her, but let me tell you something. There is nothing that runs a woman, you know, farther away and faster than being obsessed with her. Guys, there was some news that came out. I'm not really up with the celebrities, guys. I personally couldn't care less about that stuff, but I think like Kanye West, right, really simped for this girl and ruined everything. Guys, it does not matter how much money you have, how much quote unquote status you have, okay? If you're a girl who obsesses and pedestalizes women, you will run them away. I don't care what they say, guys. I don't care what anyone says. The fact of the matter is, that's how it works.
Like, seriously, if you are not in your head on a daily basis telling yourself, like, I look great, I am great, I am amazing, like, I am just confused at how you think somebody else is going to feel that way about you.
Why on earth would you say those things to yourself, especially if you're not those things? Guys, right, if you're like someone who's overweight, you're unhealthy, why on earth would you stand in front of the mirror and go, you know what, you're fantastic, you're amazing, you don't need to change a thing, I'm obsessed with myself. No. There's time for harsh reality. Maybe it's time to get in the gym. Right? Where's the room to consider anything else? But of course, guys, no, we're all amazing human beings. We don't need to change or do anything, guys. We can just exist the way that we are and expect others to be obsessed with us. That is amazing to me, man. What an unhealthy way to live. I'm going to play that back one more time.
Like, I look great. I am great. I am amazing. Like,
what if you're not those things, though? Like, what if you have to work on those things? Right? And guys, like, there are plenty of things where I myself fall short and I'm like, man, this is unacceptable. I've got to do this, and this. You know what I mean? I don't understand the idea of looking in the mirror and just saying to yourself, obsessing over yourself, saying that you're amazing. I don't know. Sounds pretty narcissistic to me. Right? There's a time to give yourself a pat on the back and say that you did a good job. And there are also times where you should say, you know what? There are things that I need to be doing because I'm not where I want to be right now. Right?
Like, I am just confused at how you think somebody else is going to feel that way about you. And if I'm being honest, it is a turnoff to me if you are not obsessed with me.
What a lie.
Like, if you cannot show me the same love that I can show myself, then I am not interested.
What a load of BS, guys. It would be interesting to see if when people said this, we could just get like, a spreadsheet of their dating history, and we could just pull that up on the screen. But I think we all know without having access to such a spreadsheet what this looks like. Guys, again, I'm going to state for the record that this woman has previously been on the show, and we covered a TikTok where she was saying that she specifically dates for marriage, guys. And yet in the video prior, the one that I showed you at the start of the video, she has been through the situation many times where she becomes attracted to a man who, quote unquote, gives her attention and she cracks, right?
And we're just not a good match. It's just like, if there's even a shadow of a doubt that you prioritize me, then I'm not enough of a priority to you. If there's even the slightest inkling, like the smallest ounce of insecurity that you might be talking to or giving attention to somebody else, then that is a turnoff to me.
Guys, this all sounds, right? It all sounds well and good, except when you get in a relationship or you start seeing people and you realize that this could not be further from the truth. Right? Apparently this woman is turned off by men who, don't prioritize her and don't put her first. Guys, there is such a thing as objective reality, okay? And maybe, guys, let's give her the benefit of the doubt, okay? Maybe she's the 1 in a million who actually functions this way. Maybe she's that unicorn that everyone's been talking about, right? But, if I was a gambling man, guys, I would say definitely not. All of the girls seem to think they're the exception, right? They're the girl who just wants a good, honest man. Really? Because if you wanted a good, honest man, where is he? And what does your dating history look like? Okay, but obviously, guys, we're not allowed to ask about these women's pasts, or we are terrible people. So let's continue on to the next video, guys. We have a couple more from this woman right here. So let's continue onwards.
Men introducing women to an energy that they cannot maintain is something that happens so often in dating and leaves women super confused because they don't really know how to express or explain what's really going on, because it looks like this. A man comes into your life and he's excited about you and makes you excited about him. He expresses his feelings toward you, whether he says it in so many words or...
Guys, I don't mean to pause it right here, but I just noticed something and it's really frustrating me. This woman right here wrote, Don't introduce me to an energy plus a vibe. Don't introduce me to an energy plus vibe that you can't maintain. All right.
Or more so just shows it by calling and texting you every day regularly without fail, making plans with you regularly without fail. Like, you're always seeing each other. You're like sure that this is a good thing because he's making it a good thing.
No, see, you haven't secured the commitment up front, right? You are the side chick. You are the girl that he sees because, hey, why the hell not? Right? Girls want to act so confused, man. They're like, oh, but I thought we were a couple, right? Oh, I thought we were a relationship. No, you guys never had that talk, right? But you see, they'll never do that up front because they don't want to scare away the dude, right? The dude that they're highly attracted to, here's the thing, guys. They know that if they approach him from the outset for a relationship, they will lose access to that man. So what they do, guys, is they go, oh, you know, he tricked me, or I didn't get an actual relationship. Maybe you should push for the commitment up front. But they know that if they push, guys, the men who they're interested in won't be interested in committing to them. In other words, guys, they are shopping well out of their price range.
And then what happens next, after he's introduced this vibe to you, is that it starts to fizzle out. It starts to slow down. He's kind of breadcrumbing you. Maybe he didn't fully ghost you. He's still like texting you hey or hi, but the conversations have no substance. Everything is just a little bit different now. Sometimes it even turns into them asking you like, oh, what are you doing tonight? And you blatantly tell them nothing, I have no plans. And they're just like, oh, okay, like I think I'm doing this, or I'm not totally sure. Like they just like stop the effort of really like trying to see you. And
that's always been super funny to me, man, is girls will never really do things themselves in dating, right? It'll always be on you, the man, to make things happen, right? She just outlined a situation, right, where basically, right, if you ask a girl what she's doing and she says, oh, you know, I've got this on, I've got this, I've got whatever, you know, like if you say, what are you doing tonight? She's like, oh, I'm doing this, or blah, blah, blah. Chances are she isn't interested, okay? Girls, when they're interested in you, they'll leave the gates wide open, guys. They'll literally say crap like this, right? Let's go back.
Plans. And they're just like, oh, okay, tonight. And you blatantly tell them nothing, I have no plans. And
yeah, because you're hoping that he asks you to do something. Right? Because rather than put in any effort yourself, by the way, that's the irony of all this. You think that she's going to be putting in the effort? Oh, hell no. Right? She wants the man to continue doing everything for her, by the way. Right? She doesn't want to have to do anything, guys. You know what I mean? Girls rarely, if ever, will put in the effort. They'll just expect the man to do it from the outset, and they wonder why they're single. Guys, again, this woman is quote unquote dating for a husband, right?
And they're just like, oh, okay, like I think I'm doing this, or I'm not totally sure. Like they just like stop the effort of really like trying to see you. And it gets really weird and ultimately confusing because that is exactly what's happening. He introduced you to an energy and a vibe that he could not maintain. So
no, see, it's not he could not. It's just that he couldn't be bothered, mate. Why would he? Right? Why exactly would... You see, girls will say, you know, oh, men need to do this, men need to do that, okay? But my question is always why? You know, you're not giving people a reason to do anything. Nobody owes you anything. And I say that as a man. I say that, you know, from the perspective of a woman as well, guys. Nobody owes you anything. The idea that people just owe you things by default is so crazy to me, man. Right? Guys, you know, people will come here and they'll say, oh, Taylor, you're this, you're that, right? Guys, if a girl's not interested in you, that's totally fine. You know what I mean? We got a lot of dudes over here who are choosing to not date at all. We got some guys who are choosing to date. We got a few married men over here. Lord knows why you would do that, right? But the fact of the matter is, guys, is I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. Nobody owes you anything, right? Men are not entitled to, you know, a woman's intimacy, sure. But a woman is not entitled to a man's commitment. And if you say that, oh my goodness, do we have some issues, right? You see, because they want the 50-50 so long as they get the benefit, right? They want the equality so long as they're the one that reaps the benefits, guys.
So that energy and vibe that he was giving you in the beginning was never going to last. And that's why you're now like, what just happened? And it's super manipulative because They think that they can get away with it because they are still contacting you. Even though it's on a different level, they are like, oh, well, I'm still talking to her. So then you almost feel crazy and annoying to ask what's going on, because to them it's like, well, I'm still texting you. So what's the issue?
You know what's going on, right? Don't act so clueless, man. These girls, oh, what's going on with us? What do you mean us? There is no us. You see, this is what happens when you don't secure the commitment, right? You don't secure the commitment. And guys, I want to state again that this woman, she doesn't seem like she's putting in any effort into the relationship, right? She's like, oh yeah, I'm free. But where's you asking him, right? Guys, I see this all the time where girls don't want to see, they'll say, oh, I just want a relationship where I can be myself, and I can just open up and finally be myself. And the reason why they say that, guys, is because they inhibit a lot of their crazy behaviors because they know it'll push men away. The men that they're attracted to, if they let the crazy out, it's going to push those men away. It's truly quite funny.
But deep down in your gut, you know something is off. Your intuition is telling you, it doesn't matter that he's still texting me. This is not right anymore. Something is wrong. But if you do get into that conversation with them, if you do try to be honest and open and talk about what's going on, straight up tell them, you introduced me to an energy that you couldn't maintain, and I liked that vibe better. I don't like the vibe that you're giving me now.
And you see, guys, that right there at the end, by the way, is just her way of trying to push for closure, right? That'll never happen, right? These girls will never lecture the man that they're attracted to and be like, oh, and if they do this lecture, right, it's just a manipulation tactic to try and get the man to fold. And guys, they get so upset, right, when the man says, see you later. Right, I'm not so interested. Ain't no guy gonna sit here and listen to you talk about how you were introduced to the wrong vibe. Okay, if you say that to a man with options, he's just gonna be like, okay, well, I'll see you later then. But guys, let's continue on to the next clip. I believe that we have a couple more lined up. And in this one right here, guys, she is, as I pull up the wrong damn screen, she is being asked how long... Check this out, guys. This is hilarious. If I can move this damn thing over. How long should the talking stage last? So let's take a listen.
I don't feel like there's a certain time limit, but what I do feel like is when you know, you know. And to me, it's like, well, why would a talking stage be going on for weeks or months? Like, you clearly don't like me enough to like want to be exclusive with me, or you want to be like, in a more serious relationship, right? So that would just kind of like be an indicator for me that like this isn't really like what I would like it to be. Like, I never understood when someone is like talking for months. Like, how are you talking to someone for months and he's not your boyfriend yet? Like,
yeah, you see, this is so laughable, man. I reckon we've got a good, some older gentlemen who are listening to this and going, what on earth are you talking about? A talking stage? Guys, welcome to the new world order where you can just have talking stages with women perpetually, guys, because this is what's happened, right? Girls are not securing the commitment up front because, hey, they're strong and independent. They can go do whatever they want. They can have the fun, okay? But when it comes down to it, they're not getting the commitment, right? And so what we've called the beginning... See, when girls get led on, right, by a man, they're in the talking stage, right? You get stuck... The talking stage for women is the equivalent of friend zones for men, right? Because you're just the girl that he'll see for fun. That's what that is, right? And guys, women, they put themselves there, man. You don't want to secure the commitment up front. You want to keep chasing Chad. Well, that's where you'll end up. You're going to end up continually staying in the talking stage because men are not interested in committing to you. Right, I've got this picture in my head, man, of like, an older woman. Okay, she's like a widow or something like that, and maybe she starts back on the dating scene for some reason. Right, she gets back out there, and she hears these girls talk about the talking stage, and she's like, man, back in my day, that never happened. Right, you know what I mean, guys? Like, this is the talking stage. It's so laughable that this term even exists, right?
I don't really think that it's going to take you 8 months to figure out if you like somebody. I mean, I just feel like at that point, they clearly would like to have their cake and eat it too. They like you enough to talk to you and hang out with you, but not enough to be exclusive with you. So they still want to be single and they still want to get to know other people and do their own thing. And then guess what? It's always those people that as soon as you end things with them, they like get into a relationship. It's like, you mean to tell me that like the whole time I'm thinking you just don't really want a girlfriend, and the truth of the matter is that you just didn't want me to be your girlfriend, right?
That's correct. Well, maybe the person didn't even want a relationship at all. Maybe, you know, whatever. Okay, but yeah, I'd say she's mostly correct here. You know, the guy just didn't want you to be his girlfriend. Okay. Guys, the talking stage is so hilarious to me, because this is where women get put when men aren't interested in them, and they'll have such an issue with it. They'll be like, oh, how long should the talking stage last? It's like, guys, if we went back in time, what on earth is a talking stage? Right? This is 2021, right? Dating 2022, excuse me, dating right here.
You met somebody else, and as soon as you like them, you settle down with them real quick. So there's no specific limit. Like, I don't know why I did air quotes. There's no specific limit on a talking stage is what I meant to do the air quotes on. But I think when you know, you know. And it's like, you should know. Like, it should not be taking you weeks or months to decide, like, if you want to be loyal to someone.
And yet you have all of these girls out here chasing Chad for months and months and months at a time. Guys, if you're a man who has options, you know what I'm about to say is true, okay? You know that there are girls out there who, even though they get into a relationship, they will come crawling back to you the moment that that relationship ends, because you two are still in the talking stage. You see what I'm saying, guys? Where the talking stage is just women trying to lock down commitment from men that they have no business trying to lock down. Right? Guys, I find it absolutely laughable that these girls who go through all of these talking stages, they get into a relationship, and then like they get out of it, and then they're just back into more talking stages that they already had. You see what I'm saying? Like, guys, some of you, right? For those of the men who are out there dating, you might come across a situation, right, where a girl just suddenly ghosts you or stop talking to you or whatever. And chances are when that happens, sometimes when that happens, it'll just be the fact that the girl got into the relationship. Oh, don't worry, she'll be back to continue the talking stage with you, right? Funny stuff.
And you're talking every day and hanging out regularly. At that point, it's like, I don't want to hang out with you if I think that you're hanging out with other people. I don't want to talk to you if I feel like you're talking to other people. Like, that's just weird to me. I don't know. Hopefully.
And yet you knew the entire time, by the way, that the dude that you were talking to was talking to other women. That's why you were talking to him, because he has options in the first place. Right? You're not talking to the dude who no other girls want, no other girls in your area are interested in. Gentlemen, you ever notice, right, throughout your life that it's always the men that have girls that continue to get girls, and it's always the men who, you know, don't have girls that will continue to not get girls? Right? And then you'll wind up with women on TikTok complaining about the fact that they can't lock down a man. It's because they all coalesce on the same man, and then they complain when they can't lock him down. It truly is hilarious. But guys, if you thought we were done there, I'm pretty sure we have another video lined up, and oh my word, this one was a little bit questionable as well from memory. So this one right here is the same woman. And it says, here is how you can get over any guy. So let's take a listen to what she has to say.
If you need to get over someone right now, then you need to listen up, because I have completely mastered the ability to get over any guy and the ability to not romanticize any guy at all. Any low effort, low interest man, I can get over any of them, and I will never romanticize them. And it is by knowing that I want these two things from a partner. And it is as simple as that. The two things that I desire to have in a relationship are the feeling of safety and the feeling of reciprocated wants. Like, you want me just as much as I want you. We both want each other the same way.
If that were true, guys, particularly pertaining to the second point that she made, if that were true, she would have a boyfriend or a husband by now. But you see, she doesn't really value those things, particularly the second one. Guys, girls will say that they want reciprocity and they want mutual feelings where both parties feel the same things and have the same idea of progression in the relationship, quote unquote progression. I say it as though it's not a complete meat grinder for men, but let's continue on. Girls will say that they want that reciprocation, okay? But that reciprocation is available to them literally at their fingertips. right? Which leads to the conclusion, guys, that they don't really want that. Because if they wanted that, they could just go into their TikTok comments, find a guy in there who's ready to give her a chance, and then off and away you go into the sunset. But she wants the guy who's out of her reach, guys. That is why dating is quote-unquote so difficult for these women, because they're shopping out of their price range.
Those two things. Safety is as follows. I'm never going to feel like I'm asking too much. I'm never going to feel like I'm annoying. I could be 100% vulnerable, 100% myself, organic, genuine, and I will never say or do the wrong thing because this is the right person. So
how does that make the person that you're dealing with the right person? Guys, if you have a group of friends and you can do anything you want and your friends are not going to tell you off or pull you up on it, you don't really have a group of friends. You have people who are just yes people. Okay? Right? The idea that you should be allowed to do anything you want and you should be allowed to, go out there and do X, Y, Z with no repercussions. That does not make your partner, if they stick around with you, a good partner. That makes them weak in all likelihood, guys. That makes them someone that you don't want to be around because they're not going to give you constructive criticism even when you're acting out of line or doing something incorrectly, right? The idea that we should just be patting people on the back and telling them that they're doing a fantastic job regardless, and this is what makes men valuable, is so crazy.
I can always voice my feelings and I could be my goofy, weird self, and they already know that about me and they accept that about me, and it's fine. And feeling wanted is a matter of feeling reciprocated. Like, I should never go a week being sad that, like, I really want to see you, but you haven't asked to see me. Like, you're always going to make an effort to see me. You're always going to make an effort to call or text me and just let it be known that you want to be in my company. Like, we will both equally want to see each other and talk to each other, and I'll never feel insecure about that.
That relationship will never end up happening. One, because women, the main reason is just because women don't want it, right? They truly don't. In relationships, there is always going to be one individual that holds the power. And the reason why, guys, that I say that it should be the man is because the woman does not want to be in a relationship with a man who is below them anyway. Okay, women say like, oh, I want to be the boss babe, the queen and everything like that. But yet they despise a man who will not lead, right? Excuse me, I think I'm getting a knock on the door. I can't quite tell. Let's continue.
Now, if there is a potential interest in my life, if there's a guy that's maybe texting me or somewhat bothering me of the sort, and I don't feel either of those two things, safe or wanted just as much as I want them, then I know it's not meant for me. Because those are the two things that I really desire. And I know that my fate is not to not have those things that I desire. I am 100%.
Yeah, guys, because fate is obviously just supposed to give you what you want, and that's that. Right, guys, we got to start like manifesting crap. You know what I'm saying? All these girls, they're so confident in their ability to manifest things. And it's like, okay, where exactly is your husband then? Manifesting to me, guys, is one of the silliest things I have ever heard, where all these girls are like, oh yeah, I'm going to manifest a husband. I'm going to manifest a relationship simply by respecting myself more and loving myself more. Right? What on earth is going on, man?
Confident that the person I'm meant to be with will make me feel safe and wanted. So to me, it's as simple as, why would I force something that is not meant for me? It is that simple. He's not meant for you, or she's not meant for you, if you do not feel safe and equally wanted from this person. So why would you try to make that be what's meant for you? Why would you?
And guys, this is solid advice, right? This is something that I would tell guys as well. You know what I mean? Where don't be trying to put people in your life who have no desire to be there. The thing I will say about it, though, guys, is do you think that girls take their own advice when they say this? Right? Do you think they say, oh, do you think that they say all of this and then discontinue chasing the bad boys and the men who don't want to commit to them? No. They continue on for a very long time trying to get men to commit to them who are not going to commit to them, right? Guys, like, I think what she just said right there, relatively speaking, is some sound advice, okay? Don't be chasing people who are not interested in you. You will change, you know, you'll save a whole lot of heartache and time and resources and stuff like that. But you think that these girls are out there practicing this? Hell no, man.
You try to make this be your fate. You're never going to feel secure and 100% happy when you're lacking those two things. If you prioritize safety and feeling wanted over how fun or cute they are, whatever, then you will never waste your time with people that you need to get over.
Yeah, guys, notice how what she mentions at the end right there is how fun or cute they are or whatever. Basically, what kind of lifestyle and how physically attractive he is. But, you know, obviously that's the part that's only sprinkled in for 2 seconds right there. But really, it should be the whole damn video, because that's really what we're talking about here, right? Where girls say, oh, we just want a guy who's going to be consistent with us and give us attention. You really only care about the attention from men who won't commit to you anyway. But guys, we are going to be leaving today's video there. I think my dad just rocked up. We are going to be heading to the gym. So as always, guys, make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments on the way out, guys. And as always, if you're interested in supporting the show, guys, you can do that for totally free by heading over and joining us over on Locals, guys. Again, just in case Susan decides to delete the channel at any given point in time. And also just a quick shout out once again, guys, I'm currently looking for editors for the channel. So if you are interested, guys, in becoming an editor, there will be a link to a Google form in the description, guys. Just fill that out and follow the prompts if you are interested. But as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. With that being said, make sure you go and show some love to the editor of today's video, guys. You can find free Apple Watch wallpapers over on his website, www.applewatchfaces.io. Make sure you head over there, guys, and bookmark the tab to show some support for your boy. He's gone through the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together today's video, guys, so make sure to go and show him some support for what he has endured today. Take it easy, guys, and peace for real this time.